In today's episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief, I sit down with Justin to talk all about his new game, Sprokit. Then we'll see what's on Kickstarter Corner, but first, a message about our sponsors. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is proudly powered by both Phase Shift Games and Thundergriff Games, who are bringing us a new game on Kickstarter called Dungeon Drop. More to be said during Kickstarter Corner, so stay tuned for that. But make sure to check out and back Dungeon Drop on Kickstarter before the 3rd of July. This episode is proudly powered by one of our Kickstarter backers, Redwell Games, and their latest game, Six Gun Showdown. The fastest playing, tension-filled game of Wild West shootouts for ages 9 years and older. That's on Kickstarter until Friday the 5th of July. More to come within our Kickstarter Corner portion of the show.
Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Welcome to Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Today we're joined by none other than the creator of Sprokit, the game that's currently on Kickstarter. Is that right, Justin? Are you the creator and mastermind of Sprokit?
I am. I'm Justin Morris, and one of the creators of Sprokit.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. I really appreciate it, Justin.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. Now, before we jump into your game, let's rewind a little bit if we could. How did you get into playing tabletop board games, Justin?
Well, it's always been a huge pastime for me growing up, and then especially as I've gotten married and had my own children, we are used to playing games as a family, and it's a great pastime that we've always loved. In fact, one thing that we do in our family is every night of the week, each one of our kids has their own night where they get to spend a little extra time with mom and dad. And one of our favorite things to do is to play games. So we're always on the lookout for new games out there.
Awesome. So what are you playing with the kids these days then?
Well, Sprokit is definitely at the top of our list. We've loved playing this game for years, actually. Another one of our favorite games for our younger kids is a game called Sleeping Queens. It's a card game that our little girls just absolutely love. My son loves, the thinker games like Risk or Settlers of Catan. We also love the farming game. We can play that for hours and hours and hours on a Sunday afternoon. So Phase 10 card games are definitely one of those things that we love. But Sprokit is one of those things that our whole family can play. So it's been great to do that together as a family.
Well, there you go. Awesome. Now, every time I have somebody on the show that brings up Risk, because I really like it, I ask them if they care to divulge your strategy. I don't know if your son is listening or not. Probably not. So do you care to divulge your strategy with us here on air?
My strategy is to beat my son at all costs.
Oh, boy. There you go.
But he's the thinker in our family. He has, very analytical. I don't know if I can really say that I have a strategy other than I just kind of try to take over the world. But he is very, very good at it. And a lot of us like to sometimes, in fact, just let him win so the game can just be over.
Oh boy, I definitely hear you. I generally I would take over one of the ones that has less areas to have to guard, like maybe South America or even North America or Africa or Australia. But my son, he's about 16 now, he goes straight for Asia and he beats me every time, it seems like.
Yep, that's so true. Yep.
So I definitely hear you. Now, word on the street is you made a new game. It's not as necessary as I don't think, as Risk maybe. But what can you tell us about Sprokit, the game, Justin?
Sure. I have a lot to say about this game, actually. I'm not the traditional board game creator. I was actually an instructor at a university in Rexburg. And for one of my assignments, in this class was a design thinking class. We were the assignment that I gave was to have the students create a game that would teach some group of people of their choosing a skill or something. And so they basically the assignment was wide open. So this particular group decided to create a game that would aid individuals with ADHD and help them to feel like their weaknesses were actually their strengths. So they did a lot of secondary research, and then I invited them to dig deeper, and they had a lot of interviews with individuals that had ADHD, parents of children who had ADHD, adults with ADHD, and really began to empathize a ton with these people. And so they created this game, which, really, in essence, is intended to help teach these individuals to really focus their attention for like 90 seconds in creating something with their hands, which they are fantastic at. So it's using this fidgety kind of energy that they have. And then the intent is to have them focus long enough to create this assembly on the card. And then once they've mastered that and they win that level, they move up to level 2. And each level gets increasingly a little bit more difficult and takes them a little bit more time. So it really is helping their brains to engage in the focusing process. Well, okay, now that's the cool stuff. I find it cool. But what happened was this game was all done as we were kind of wrapping up this assignment and we were all playing this game together. What we found was this game was incredibly fun for everyone to play. And further exploration, we discovered that a little 5-year-old child could play with mom and dad or grandma and grandpa and still win the game. And each one of them was really challenged in their own way. So it was just one of those things that was born out of a necessity to get an A for these students. But what resulted was something that was far beyond any of them could have created by themselves.
Awesome. And you talk of building things. So somebody hasn't been over to the Kickstarter. They haven't seen anything about Sprocket. What are we building exactly?
Oh, yes. We have about 120 sprockets. They're these plastic shapes. There's a square, a triangle, and a circle. And each shape has 4 different colors. So that's one part of the set. Then we have a set of cards, levels 1 through 5, and there's about 10 cards per level. And on the back side of that card is an assembly. It's basically Legos, and it's not. They're not Legos. They're these sprocket pieces that you just basically match this assembly on the back side of the card, and you find the colors to match the picture on the back of the card, and just put them together. And if it matches exactly, then you win that round. If you get it done the quickest.
Okay, so per se, me and you sat down to play Sprocket. What's my turn going to look like, or how's that look?
So each person that's playing the game we'll start with level 1 cards, all of us, and we will just say 1, 2, 3 Sprocket. We'll turn the cards over and immediately begin to gather the pieces to create the assembly on the back of our card, and they're all unique. And the first person to build that, they ring a bell, and if it's correct, they win that round. That person then moves on to the level 2 card, and those remaining that they stay on level 1 and they get a new level 1 card. And it keeps going that way until somebody wins level 5.
Okay, that sounds really fun. So they'll have to start over on level 1 again, but they'll get a different card and...
Exactly.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it looks amazing just looking at it. So, yeah, I really like it. And it reminds me of a game I played recently in my game group, but it was more of a 2D thing like Tetris, and everybody progressed. You just got points or whatnot. We actually didn't know exactly fully what we were doing, though, because my friend had the rules in German, and none of us speak German. But it was kind of similar to this, but a 2D model. I like the fact that only one person progresses. It seems like a pretty cool game. So that's awesome that you were able to find out that everybody likes it. So word on the street is with the Giveaway Geek, you're doing a giveaway with us in regards to this. Is that right?
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. So we're giving away 1 free set of this amazing game. And we're very, very proud of it, and love to give it away to a lucky winner. And head over to our Kickstarter page and Pledge if you can, or if you would like, and if this Kickstarter campaign is successful, then we will send one of our games to a lucky winner. And if it isn't successful for some reason, then we'll send a game of equal value to the winner.
Awesome. Yeah, we appreciate you partnering with us to do that. So, but it looks like it's not an outlandish goal. You're over halfway there, and you still got about 3 weeks to go at the time of this recording. Is that right?
Yes. Yep. We got 3 weeks left.
So that's awesome. Yeah, it looks like it goes through the 9th of July. So when it comes to Sprocket, what makes your game pop is one my audience should go check out. And if they like what they see, back it today, Justin.
So what makes our game pop is this game is intended for the whole family to play together. It is one of those games that my wife and I laugh about because we're teaching our kids super secret ninja skills of being able to focus, of being able to break complex tasks down to easy, achievable steps. But we're having a ton of fun while doing it, and we are laughing, our elbows are flying. It is one of those games that looks simple on the outside, but when you get down into it, you realize how much effort it takes to actually build these little assemblies and how much focus that we as adults need. So it's really a fun game and for the whole family to play.
Awesome. Plus, you get a really cool bell, it looks like.
That's right. Yep.
Awesome. We'll make sure we leave links in the show notes so they can come on and check out the campaign or whatnot. Mine is coming there to your hometown to stalk you. How would people go about keeping up with you, Justin, what you have going on with Sprocket the game?
Head over to our actual link on Kickstarter, which is just Sprocket the game, or you can head to our Facebook page, also Sprocket the game, and love to have you visit us there. Drop a comment, like us, like our page. Yeah, we just love to have some traffic and see who's interested.
Awesome. And you said you're not a typical game designer. Have you caught in the game design craze? So after this and everything, will there be other games from you, do you think, Justin?
There will. First and foremost, I am one of those dads that just loves to play around with their kids, and definitely we already have games in the works that we've been playing already for quite some time, and want to just keep marketing these and share them with the world.
Awesome. I know right now we're focused on getting Sprocket funded, but per se, later down on the road, somebody's listening after it's been fulfilled and everything. Can you share any secrets with us about some of the upcoming games?
Well, yes. I'll share a few vague secrets. So there'll definitely be a card game set that actually builds upon. You can actually build with, if you have a large group or a small group, you can actually put multiple sets together and play one large game with a ton of people, or a couple of small games together at the same time, or just a game of between two or three people. So it's the same game, but it's easily expandable and also very, very cost effective to do so too. It seems like some of these expansion packs tend to be a little spendy, but this particular game is intended to be very fully versatile between the size of the group. So, and it's a strategic game. It's a lot more strategic than Sprocket is. So it's that's all I'm going to give you right now, because if I give too much more away, then it might be not much of a surprise.
Oh boy, so you'll have to follow along. Hopefully we'll be able to have you back on the show to talk about it as you get closer to development and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, but like I said, we don't want to keep you all day, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Gamer Leap with us today, Justin, to talk all about Sprocket the game that'll be on Kickstarter through the 9th of July. We'll leave links in the show notes so they can check out the Kickstarter campaign as well as the giveaway that you're doing. And we really appreciate it, Justin.
Yeah, thank you for having me on your podcast today.
No problem at all. Wow, now I'm even more excited to play Sprocket than I was before. If you're excited, go ahead and check out the Kickstarter page and make sure you're back it. Plus, check out our giveaway over at thegiveawaygeek.com. And let's go ahead and go see what's on the Kickstarter, shall we? On Kickstarter Corner. Where are we going, Brother Lee?
Kickstarter Corner!
He stood squinting in the noonday sun, the braggart youth in front of him with something to prove. Hey, old-timer, how long has your pine box queen measured up for? Came the shrill voice from down the road. the ineffective taunt barely covering the shake in the kid's voice. Longer than you've been breathing, child, came his gruff reply. Jones noticed the kid twitch and reached for his rusty shooting iron. Did that sound familiar to you? Don't worry, we're here so it will. It's part of the story of Six Gun Showdown. Six Gun Showdown is a quick 5 to 10 minute game where players are characters in a Wild West shootout. The game combines strategy, memory, and a dexterity element, like a quick draw that serves to generate tension and guides the players to read their opponent's actions, really immersing them into the feeling of being in a shootout. Designed as a small box game that is as quick to learn as it is to play, Six Gun Showdown can be enjoyed as part of a board game night, either as a quick game between other games or run as a small tournament of linked games. Players can choose one of 6 characters that each have their own deck of cards and unique dice that require different strategies to be successful. This gives Six Gun Showdown layers of tactical depth that will have you playing the game again and again. Go back the quick draw card game for those with nerves of steel. Six Gun Showdown before Friday the 5th of July, and make sure you're subscribed to Getting Geeky with Game Relief so you don't miss my sit down with the mastermind of this game when we have our showdown episode. I'm a huge fan of Scooby-Doo, so this game greatly reminds me of such. As you might know, escape rooms are all the rage, but someone is taking it to the next level. During a quiet stroll through the park one peaceful evening, you're attacked from behind and knocked unconscious. You wake up blindfolded. You remove the strip of cloth from your eyes and find yourself in the middle of a forest. Directly in front of you, under the moonlight, stands a weathered, hand-painted wooden sign that reads, Camp Hackaway. Next to you is a flashlight with a note attached. Welcome to Body Count. Terror at Camp Hackaway board game, which is a horror-themed board game for 2 to 4 players. Try to be the first to escape Camp Hackaway. It includes a Kickstarter exclusive expansion pack. Body Count Terror at Camp Hackaway is the first chapter in the Body Count series of horror-themed board games from Game Master Jay. In this chapter, you've been kidnapped and wake up in the outskirts of Camp Hackaway and must survive the night while searching for the one item that will allow you to escape. Meanwhile, crazed serial killer Hackin' Hank stalks the campground, eliminating players one by one. Will you survive? Find out by backing Body Count Terror at Camp Hackaway board game before Thursday the 4th of July. Have you been preparing for the zombie apocalypse? You might be just about ready for it, but are you ready for the final minutes of said apocalypse? I didn't think so. Then you're going to need this new game, Final Minutes, the Zombie Apocalypse, which is a board game that puts your survival instincts to the test. If you like gaming and you like a challenge where skill and chance are both involved, then you will like this game. If you are also one of those select few who doesn't want to be eaten by the zombies, then Final Minutes, the Zombie Apocalypse, is definitely for you. Don't be like those people in the Midwest when a storm is scheduled to come to town that are scouring the grocery store for everything they need to get through the storm, because when the zombies come, the weather guy isn't going to be forecasting such things. So head on over to Kickstarter and back Final Minutes, the Zombie Apocalypse today, because I really don't want them to eat your brains.
If I were a zombie, I'd never eat your brain. I just want your heart, yeah, I don't want your heart, I just want your heart, yeah. Oh, if I were a zombie, I'd never eat your brain. I just want your heart, yeah, I don't want your heart, I just want your heart, 'cause I want you.
Or I guess in that instance, we could save your heart. Either way, don't miss out and back Final Minutes, the Zombie Apocalypse today. I'm going to have John the creator on the show, so make sure you tune in or come back and listen to my Final Minutes episode to save your brain or heart, as Stephanie Maybe so eloquently puts it in that rendition of the zombie song. The Qualic Report. Time is running out. The constant centuries of war and pollution have taken their toll on our home of Anthobre. Your people are counting on you to save them. Gather the resources you need, build your ship, and escape before it's too late. Only one civilization will survive, and the clock is ticking. Did that sound familiar, you guys? It didn't to me either, but this is a story of Last Days of Anthobre. Apocalypse. It's a strategy, resource gathering game where the planet falls to pieces beneath your feet, and the first to build a ship and escape wins. Had some tech issues with them, in which we're working to resolve, so you can enjoy my interview with the creators. It takes what we love from No Escape the game and adds some more depth to it, in my opinion. Last Days of Anthobre brings together a myriad of familiar mechanics that collate into an exciting and unique gaming experience. With a modular board and 5 different civilizations to pick from, no game is ever the same. The game starts with a slow burn to help prepare your civilization for the perils ahead. Throughout the game, tiles are flipped and removed as Anthobre literally crumbles beneath your feet. Every 5 rounds, the danger increases as the world falls apart faster and faster, and the odds of tragedy befalling your scouts grows ever more likely. For 2 to 5 players ages 12 and up, 30 to 45 minutes per player. Be on the lookout over at thegiveawaygeek.com, as well as these show notes once it's up, for a giveaway they're running with us, and back the game. Last Days of Anthobre Apocalypse before the 29th of June, so you can be the first one off the planet of Anthobre once the apocalypse is going on. From proud backers of our Kickstarter campaign, Casual Game Revolution, the Casual Game Insider magazine will be returning to Kickstarter for its 8th year on June 25th. For only 2 weeks, you can get great deals on annual and lifetime subscriptions, back issues, and advertising. They will also be announcing a new feature that you won't want to miss. Casual Game Insider has been receiving high praise from gaming media since the first issue in 2012. It has been called the best board gaming magazine on the market by several reviewers, a magazine that is serious about quality, by Purple Pawn, and a great resource and fun read by the Spiel podcast. Bezier Games has praised its super accessible format that's both welcoming and engaging. And Ultra Pro says the paper quality and production quality are just flat out better than most publications in tabletop. Find out what all the hype is about at casualgamerevolution.com/Kickstarter. We teased about this during our sponsor spots, so here you go. Both Thundergriff Games and Phase Shift Games are running a very successful Kickstarter campaign for the new game Dungeon Drop. Dungeon Drop is an instant dungeon, infinite possibilities, a delightful dungeon crawler for 2 to 4 players. Gather your gear and prepare to dive into the labyrinth. Teeming with untold treasure, the tunnels are said to be inhabited by unusual creatures, both adorable and terrible. Keep your wits about you as the very walls shift into the torchlight. It's time to drop into the dungeon. It's the dungeon crawl that you won't need an actual board for your game. Go check out Dungeon Drop's Kickstarter now. Hopefully, we'll get Jason on the show to talk all about it. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our Dungeon Drop episode. And either way, make sure to check out Dungeon Drop and back it before the 3rd of July.
Ignite is a simple, mechanically themed card game with board game elements. The goal is to destroy your opponent's forge before they destroy yours. Each player is given a game board and a 30-card deck full of minions called a forge. The game plays similarly to other games in the genre. Cards have attack, health, and cost values, but the rules are less complicated and more fun, making it easier to start and harder to stop. The main mechanic of the game is Ignite, of course. In this game, your bots will ignite, hopefully, many, many times. How will they ignite? With these 2 dice. When your bot ignites, simply roll the Ignite dice to determine which target you hit and for how much. The damage corresponds to the card's Ignite values. This makes the game fun and chaotic, but fear not. To win, you must power up your bot's Ignite abilities with your other cards, the Forgelings. Forgelings are mischievous, trigger-happy, goblin-like creatures that live in your forge, and they work well with your bots. Forgelings upgrade your bots, help them ignite multiple times in random explosions, or provide powerful, game-changing effects. The Ignite decks are expertly designed to make every game uniquely exciting and crazy, and to make combining cards simple and fun. To add more players, just sit in a circle and your Ignite effects hit both neighboring players. So, what are you waiting for? Want to ignite your bots already? Help bring Ignite to life, and we'll provide you with a portal to the world of bots and forgelings. Not to be played within 10 feet of combustible materials. A game of crazy combos and epic explosions. Kickstarter coming June 2019.
If you liked any of the games we talked about in today's episode, make sure you check out their Kickstarter campaigns to show them and us a little love. Backing them goes a long way. Plus, make sure to stay up to date on all the giveaways we're doing over at thegiveawaygeek.com. There will be at least 2 to 3 new giveaways going live over there next week. It's our least favorite time as well as yours. So until next episode, make sure you go ahead and get geeky, stay geeky, and bring others in the geekfold by sharing our episodes with others, as well as keeping up with the giveaways we're doing over at thegiveawaygeek.com. Gamer Leaf out.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.